Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about my books, okay, because I've been getting a lot of people contacting me and stuff say, hey, what kind of books have you written? And, what's the prices on them? And where can I get them at? So I want to make this video here so you can see what books I've written and the prices of my books, whether it's paperback or Kindle. And in the description down below, I'm going to leave the Amazon site where you can go and order any of my books and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling them up, and then I'm going to give the paperback price and the Kindle price. And remember, for the month of November and December of this year, 2017, all my royalties on any of my books, whether it's paperback or Kindle, is going to go into making a documentary on the JFK assassination called JFK, The Quest for Answers. Okay, we're going to start with my one book, Evidence of Conspiracy. Okay, this has my complete research into the JFK assassination. On paperback, it is $59.99, and on Kindle, it's $19.99. I put it on Kindle so it'd be cheaper. That's the reason why I put a lot of my books on Kindle, because a lot of people can't afford so much money. So I just went ahead and put it on Kindle as well, so they can order it that way too, and it'd be a lot cheaper on them. So Evidence of Conspiracy on paperback is $59.99 and Kindle is $19.99. Okay, here is my book called JFK Assassination Colorized Images. In this book here, all I got in there is just a collection of the images I colorize and stuff. For anybody out there that likes to do research or anything else like that on the JFK assassination, they can actually order this book and they can look at the images being colorized, which they can get more details out of the images and everything else. Now, on paperback, this book is $19.99. On Kindle, it's $5.99. This is my other book called JFK Assassination, Evidence of Other Gunmen. In this book here, all you're going to do is you're going to find the location of the gunmen and the shots they took and stuff as you do in my other books, but you find out a little bit more about the background on these gunmen, where they bought the rifles at, where they could order them at, and everything else. But in this book here, you're going to find that you will see actual evidence of all five gunmen there was that day. If you want it on paperback, it's $12.99. Kindle is $5.99. Now this one here basically is two stories in one. It's like two books in one, called Dallas, Texas, November 22nd, 1963, where I go over the story of what took place that day. And then at 12:30 p.m. is when things started changing. History changed. So I put it in this book here. It's like two stories of the first one of what happened that day in Dallas, and the second story is what took place, what made changes was made and everything else at 12:30 p.m. when JFK was shot. That book is on paperback, is $6.99, Kindle's $5.99. This is Evidence Files, Case Closed. This book here I designed, and all the covers on all my books, I did my own designs on covers, front covers and back covers. This book here goes through the shots, the gunmen, and a lot of other information that I've collected over the years, and a lot more evidence that's in this book here. And the reason why I call this one Case Closed, because this was actually the last book I was going to write on the JFK assassination, because it has already a lot of information in it. But I went ahead, and the Evidence of Conspiracy actually has all my books combined into one, basically. All the information that you're going to find in individual books and stuff, you'll see in Evidence of Conspiracy. This one here, you can get paperback is $31.99 or Kindle is $9.99. Okay, this one right here, Who Murdered JFK, which I'll go when you go through this book. All you're going to do is you're going to see photographic evidence as well, and other evidence I've collected, and show you who was actually behind the assassination of JFK, which is the KGB. And you'll see the evidence. You'll find the evidence in this book here, but you also will find it, like I said, in Evidence of Conspiracy, because that's like all my books combined into one. Okay, But if you just want to know who was behind JFK, just like if you just want to see colorized images, you have the colorized book. If you just want to know certain information, that's why I've got individual books. On this one here, Who Murdered JFK, is paperback is $29.99 or Kindle is $9.99. Now, this is for people, that's interested in Noah's Ark. They want to see real images of Noah's Ark and other arks. This book here you want to get, because this book here, okay, I go into more details about the Noah and the flood, who built the ark, how they balanced the ark, how the ark was made, and decipher the story of Noah and in the beginning and stuff. This book here is another one of my research books on Noah's Ark. And in this book here, you'll see real evidence and real photographic evidence of Noah's Ark and where it's at today and where it came to rest, and other arks as well. Paperback is $28.99. Kindle is $9.99. This is my research book on the Patterson and Gimlin Bigfoot film in 1967. Now, in this book here, I go over the film, show evidence I've collected to show it was actually a hoax that was put together. You get to see copies of my suit I made, which is identical to the Bigfoot that we see in this film. Okay, this is all this evidence and stuff like that you're going to find in here, how the film was made, who shot the film, location it was filmed, actually even the date this film was actually filmed, right along with other evidence and other information that you're going to find in this book here. On paperback is $45.99 and on Kindle is $9.99. This is Bigfoot in the Bible. This is another book I've written, okay, which I should go over the evidence and everything else to show people that actually the first Bigfoot was actually Edomites, okay, and the first Bigfoot was actually Esau, that's told in the Bible, because this type of man is told in the Bible. If anybody's interested in Bigfoot and wants to know exactly where they started at and stuff, I recommend this book here. It's paperback is $9.99, Kindle $5.99. This one here, whoever's interested in like the Garden of Eden, okay, and the location of Garden of Eden and other research I've done on it, you'll find in this book here called Garden of Eden, Holy Bible. Okay, this book here, you're just going to see the location of the Garden of Eden. I don't put the location. The only thing that's not in here is location is where the tree of life and the tree of knowledge is at. I still have that information, and I don't want to give that out because I don't want people going there destroying it or anything else. But it will show you the exact location of the Garden of Eden and the cherub that God placed at the east of the garden. If you want this book, it's on paperback for $5.99, Kindle $2.99. Now, that was all my research books. Now, after I got done writing my research books and stuff and got them all done, I decided, well, I want to do something else. So I started writing other books, which is fiction books. These are my fiction books now. I love a lot of comedy, and I like horror movies and everything else. So whoever likes comedy, here's a book I've written called Cosmic Comic Man. In this book, it's basically where I'm the author. I interact with the narrator that's in the book and the characters in the book, and we all interact with one another. It's my son, this is one of his books, his favorite books right here, because he loves it, because there's a lot of, comedy into it and everything else, and he really enjoys it. If you want this book, again, it's on paperback for $9.99, Kindle for $5.99. This is my book called Eastbound and Down. This book here is more or less after Smokey and the Bandit. This is a fan-based book that I've written because I'm a big fan of Smokey and the Bandit, movies. And I went ahead and took a different twist into it to bring it up more up to date. And, this book here, like I said, it's a fan-base written. And actually what's taking place today when it comes to the Bandit and Snowman and Frog and all of them. And they come up with a new adventure. This book here, Eastbound and Down, is on paperback for $7.99, Kindle for $4.99. This one here is called The Bridge. This is a horror story I've written. It's about a group of friends taking a break from college, and they end up coming to this town and stuff. And then when they go on the outskirts of town to get out there, they end up trying to go across this bridge, and they end up start dying off one by one. Okay, the bridge, if you want to order this, and if you like horror stories, this book here is a good one. Paperback is $6.99, Kindle $3.99. This is another book I've written. This is the first book from a 3-book series. Okay, this is the first one called The Reaper. This is a pretty well story. This story here I've actually written a script on already, because eventually down the road I like to make a movie about this one, because the people that read this book here, they was very intrigued in it. It was scary, and they love it. This is one of my wife's favorite books here, the one I wrote here, The Reaper. She loves this book here, and she's a big reader, and she's a big fan of different kind of books and stuff. But horror books she's really not into, but when she read The Reaper, it really drew her into it. So if you want this book, The Reaper, paperback is $9.99, Kindle $5.99. This is Revenge of Bigfoot. This is one of my first fiction books I've written. Okay, it's about these campers was out having going to camp and stuff, and one of the campers actually shot Bigfoot's daughter, and he takes revenge on these campers and stuff. And people in the town thinks he's taking revenge on the town, but he's actually taking revenge on just the campers themselves, because he was trying to find who shot his daughter. If you want to read a good book and a good horror story, and there's a lot of kill scenes in here that a lot of people don't know about, but there's a lot of kill scenes in here. It brings more up to date on horror. If you want this book, as paperback is $9.99. Excuse me, paperback $9.99, Kindle $5.99. Here's another story I've written. This is a book 1, which book 1 and book 2 is already done on Sasquatch Z. This is book 1. This is about how zombies come about. And this first book here takes place in 1935 at a military base that's hidden. This book here is the start of the 3, because the first book takes place in 1935, second book takes place in 1984, and then book 3, which is Sasquatch Z book 3, I'm still working on. That's going to take place in the present. If you want this book and another good horror story, you can get this on paperback for $9.99 or Kindle for $5.99. And this one here is Sasquatch Z book 2, which is out as well. This one takes place in 1984 after a lot of characters. Some of the characters I was in book 1 is also in book 2 here, and then so on and so on as they go into book 3. If you want this book here, this is part 2 of Sasquatch Z, paperback $9.99, Kindle $5.99. As you see here, here's all my books. They're all on Amazon. You can get them on paperback or Kindle. And as I point out, okay, these would be great gifts for Christmas and for frequent readers. They like to read a lot. Some people like horror stories. Some people like comedy. Some people like research and stuff like that. This would be great gifts for the holidays, or buy the books and place them on your table and stuff, because that's what a lot of people do. They like putting my books, especially Evidence of Conspiracy. When people have actually bought it, you know, right in the past, they say they put that book on their coffee table. So when anybody comes in their house, that'll be the first thing they see is that Evidence of Conspiracy, so they can have the people read through it, so they know exactly what happened to JFK assassination. But if you're not a big fan of the JFK assassination, or you know, Noah's Ark or Patterson and Gimlin Bigfoot film or Bigfoot, but you're in a comedy or horror, that's why I write these books as well. Like I said, in the description down below, there's going to be a site that takes you to Amazon, where all you can find all my books on there. You know the prices of them. I got comedy, got horror, got my research books out there and everything else. And again, for the month of November and December of 2017 right now, all book royalties for any of my books right here that's sold on Amazon, any of my books here, I want to donate my royalties and making a documentary on the JFK assassination as well. And also in the description down below, you're going to find a location where you can make a donation if you want to make a donation to the documentary, which is called JFK, The Quest for Answers, that I want to try to get done next year. So I want to make this video here because a lot of people have been asking me where to get my books, how much my books cost, what kind of books I have. You know, that's why I'm making this video here. So don't forget to tell your friends about us. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this with others, and you have a pleasant day.